Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'll explain you about the network hardware. So all of you know that we require some hardware, we require some software. So then only the communication is possible from one system to other system. So I'll discuss the software later. Now today's class I am going to discuss about the network hardware. So there are many types of networks we can configure. One is local area networks. We tell normally LAN. Another one is metropolitan area networks. We normally tell as MAN. Another one wide area networks. We tell WAN. Similarly, personal area networks. We tell PAN. I will explain you about the wireless networks, home networks, and internet networks. This is the category of computer networks. Normally, the computer networks is divided into four categories. One is LAN, MAN, WAN, and PAN. As I told you, LAN means local area networking, MAN means metropolitan area networking, WAN means wide area networking, PAN means personal area networking. So whenever we are configuring a LAN or MAN or WAN or PAN, we need to understand the size of the network, speed of the network, and topology of the network. This diagram I have taken from this internet. This is another look. You see that another category of network is added here. That is in top of this diagram. That is RAN. That is radio access network. So this one it is not there in the Tannenbaum book. To give some exposure, I have taken this diagram from the Dharma Prakash Agrawala book. This is the proposed one. That means whatever frequency we are utilizing, the leftover unused frequency can be used for this RAN. That normally it is the proposed one. It will operate in the cognitive radio. Cognitive radio means that whatever remaining frequency is not utilized, we can utilize here, and we can tell that, and this is regional area networking or radio access networking. So it is the proposed one. It is not there in the Tannenbaum book. Okay. So I'll explain you the PAN, personal area networking. Normally we can deploy within 10 meters range. So Bluetooth is one example of personal area networking. You are transferring the file from one mobile phone to the other mobile phone. So that is the example of personal area networking. Another example I can give you, whenever you are using the wireless mouse, wireless keyboard, wireless printer, that time also we can tell that this is the example of PAN. Within 10 meters range, if we can access any device, then it is the example of personal area networking. And I told you, if you are setting up a network, you need to understand the size and speed of the network. So you see here in the Bluetooth network, the speed is less than 1 Mbps. Similarly, we are going to set up a LAN, local area networking. Within 1 kilometer range, we can set up the network. Here it is written 150 meter, but within 1 kilometer, inside a building, inside a campus, we can set up the LAN. So here you see that it is written here hyper LAN. I am not going to explain you hyper LAN because you do not know now what is the meaning of hyper LAN. I can give you the example of LAN, GRIT LAN. In our GRIT, number of departments are there, number of systems are there. All the systems are connected to a server. That server room is located near to the exam branch. So some part of the network LAN is connected through cables. Some part of the LAN is connected through the radio waves. Wireless LAN. We can tell that it is the wireless LAN. Similarly, we are going for MAN, metropolitan area networking. Within 5 to 10 kilometers, we can set up the network. So I'll give the example for this MAN and cable television, whatever vendors from where you are getting the connectivity, they all are using the MAN. So you see that the speed is below 70 Mbps. Then we are going for one, normally 10 to 15 kilometer range, we can establish a LAN. So one consists of more than one LANs. So these are the speed. This is the speed 10 kbps to 2.4 mbps. These are the technologies are used. That details I am not going to explain you now. I will explain you. So you see here, whenever we are going to set up a LAN, we can go for many types of topology. So this is the example of boss topology. This is the example of ring topology. Boss topology means the structure is cable is looking like a bus and number of systems are connected to that particular cable. So whatever speed, if you will consider the speed now, the speed will be divided into number of systems. But now you see that this is the example of ring topology. Normally all the systems are connected in a serial communication fashion. So whatever speed it is there, if you are going to set up a ring topology, the same speed will be maintained throughout all the systems. So it depends on the designer whether we are preferring the bus topology or ring topology. We can go for either bus topology, we can go for ring topology. You see, this is the example of wide area networking. You see here it is one LAN in here, one LAN here, one LAN here, one LAN also is here. So there are four LANs. These four LANs are connected through a subnet, and inside the subnet many router switches are there. So what is the meaning of subnet? Any network, two parts are there. One is subnet part, one is host part. So all the hosts are connected through this LAN, and this is the network. Inside the network we are finding many router and switches. All these router switches, they are connecting the number of LANs, so that we are extending the range. So we are telling that it is the example of wide area networking. So you see, this is another look of wide area networking. This is the example where exactly the stream of packets are getting transmitted from one sender to the other receiver. So here this is the sending process. This is the sending host. Host means that is the sending system. Here whatever message we are transmitting, this message is getting converted into number of packets. These packets are getting transmitted through a router. This router is taking a decision where to forward the packet. In this example, this A router is sending the packet to C router, then C to E, then it is reaching at the receiving host. In this way, exactly number of senders are there and number of receiving hosts are there. So in this way only that message are getting transmitted from one system to the other system. Whenever any system is sending the information, we are telling sending host. Any system is receiving the information means we are telling the receiving host. So this is the example for metropolitan area networking. Here you see that MAN covers a city within 10 kilometer. So I can give you the example of color cable television for MAN metropolitan area networking. In this figure you see this television signals and internet both are connected to the head end, and from this only from this head end it is getting distributed to the people's home. Then I will tell you broadcasting technology, that there are many types of transmission technology. One is point to point link, another one is broadcast link, another one is multicast link. I will explain these types of transmission technology in the next class.